Facebook. Oh, this is going to be a really good topic. I'm really excited. I should have brought some of my tools down, but that's okay. I am excited to be going live. I'm a little bit late because I was eating dinner with my family because we just got back off of dropping our camper on a new place. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like 15 degrees cooler than it is in town, which is always amazing. As you guys come on, say hi, tell me where you're coming in from. We are going to talk about a very difficult, amazing, normal conversation. And I hope I can give you guys some value. I'm reading a book by Tony Robbins right now, and he said something and it just stuck in my brain. He goes, an expert is only an ordinary person that has been traveling. Basically not at home, right? And so I'm no way, means, shape, or form an expert, but I've been through a lot of shit in my life. And I'm just going to put it out there because I would never want anybody, well, I don't care what people think, but I would never want anybody to think that I'm talking at them, right? I never want people to feel small or not good enough when they're taking time out of their lives to be on my Facebook page, showing me love, sending me hearts, sharing my videos, because you guys, this is a place where we got to be really, really real. I didn't do my hair. I didn't do my makeup today. I mean, you're getting Amanda in my 5K t-shirt because I had a lot of work to do today. And that's what is the joy of working from home, right? Like, I don't have to get dressed unless I want to. I am dressed, but you know what I mean? So I was eating dinner with my family, and Kinley was just telling she's just hilarious. She wanted to try every hot sauce we had on the table. And so I couldn't just leave her. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running late, but that's okay. Hi, Cindy. How are you? As you guys come on, tell me, what did you have for dinner? I'm always looking for new dinner ideas. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like during the summertime, everybody in my family gets really picky. It's like, no, I don't want that. No, all I want is spaghetti. And can't we have SpaghettiOs for dinner? And it's like, no, can't have SpaghettiOs for dinner. We can have SpaghettiOs for a snack when your dad's at work, but not for a dinner. And I don't know if you guys have spouses like mine, but he likes a good dinner, and he does so much of our cooking, and he is absolutely amazing. Ooh, a bacon cheeseburger sounds really good. All right. If you guys are watching this on the replay, hashtag replay, tell me what you guys had for dinner. No matter what day you watch this, I always love it when my lives pop back up into my life, and I'm like, ooh, hey, that's awesome. Okay, this topic that I want to cover tonight is about letting shit go. And it is a difficult thing for a lot of people to have situations come into their space. Oh my gosh, you guys are making me re-hungry. Ooh, a smoked steak. Yum. We had spaghetti for dinner last night, Shandace. That's so cool. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time, we have situations that come into our life. Some of them bug us and some of them don't. If you guys can relate to this, drop a fire emoji, because sometimes we get burned and sometimes it doesn't bother us. The heat doesn't bother us. But when it does, I'm talking to people that when they have got stuff going on in their life and it has been impossible for them to calm their mind or settle the storm or, even have a break of like a moment of peace, because everything about this quote unquote situation or this experience or this worry or this frustration literally consumes your entire mind. Even though when you're trying not to, like even when you're trying to be present for your kids, even when you're trying to be in the moment with your husband, even when you're trying to like hang out with friends, the only thing that goes over and over in your mind is this situation, this worrisome, why did this happen? Why is this happening to me? How am I going to fix it? What is going on? This is what is happening, right? We start to create stories. If you guys create stories, drop me a book emoji in the comments, because when we create stories, we actually make our situation so much worse, right? We don't have all the facts. We don't know what goes on in other people's brains. We don't have any idea, but we create all these stories, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what happened. He cheated on me because, this is what happened, and she lied to him, and da-da-da-da-da. When in actuality, we actually have no freaking clue what's going on in anyone else's brain ever, ... ever. But it's our brains that matter. It's our thoughts that are creating our environment. It's the things that we think about. If somebody told me that I was fat, that would go in one ear and out the other, and I would not even pay attention to that. But if somebody struggles with an eating disorder and somebody said, oh my gosh, you look a little heavy, are you okay? That literally, that thought would feel like the weight of the world for somebody, right? And then they go inside their brain and they create all these stories about how overweight they are and how they can't eat food or how they have to puke it up or whatever it is, right? And I've never struggled with an eating disorder, so it wouldn't affect me the same way as it would affect someone else. Same thing with a hater on Facebook, right? Okay, say you've got a hater on Facebook, and I'm pretty used to it. You know, I'm pretty used to like the guys hitting on me and, you know, all that stuff and hey, sexy, and here's an inappropriate picture. I just show my husband, I'm like, I got another one, delete, block, and it's over with. But some people, that causes marital problems. That causes like major issues in their relationship when these outside sources come into our space, right? So if you guys have a situation that you're trying to let go of right now, if you feel comfortable, just give it some, write some comments about the situation. Like, I'm going through a divorce and it sucks so bad. I don't know how I'm ever gonna overcome this. You know, like, I'm in a custody battle with my kids and I feel like I'm never gonna see them ever again. Or, you know, for me, it was saying goodbye to a lot of people that I cherished and I loved so much. And poof, they're just gone out of my space. I still love them. I still think about them, but it took me a minute to figure out how to let that situation go. I didn't ever see it coming, right? I didn't think leaving a company would help me lose all my friends. Never in a million years did I think that would happen. But it's okay because we all have to change and we all have to grow. And I don't have anything negative thoughts or words or any kind of feelings towards them. I just love them and let them go, which is why it's cool that we all have situations that make us like think, right? Okay, so how do you let something go? The first thing that helped me when I had to let stuff go, when I had to let the guilt of, you know, losing my dad, we can go into that one for a minute. I had so much guilt and resentment for him taking his life that I thought it was my fault. I was the last person to talk to him on the phone, right? Like, he was like not happy with me, and that was the last time I ever heard his voice. And it was like, did I do this? Did I not say the right thing? What could I have done more of? Should I have gone and gotten him 6 hours away when I just found out I was pregnant? Like, what should I have done? I should have done more, right? And all these thoughts started spinning in my head, like what ifs and what ifs and what ifs, and nothing seemed to settle my brain. Nothing seemed to ease the pain or bring in the peace, right? Are you talking about Triv? I don't know. Jamie, I don't know. You'll have to message me. So I seriously, when I lost my dad, I seriously had to go in and do a lot of inner work, right? Because after he went missing, I got cancer. And when you get a disease like that, a dis-ease in your body, you literally either have a choice, right? Either do it what all the doctors say or go inside and start doing a ton of praying and research, right? Well, I had a friend who told me to speak it to the mountain. I was like, I don't know what that means. What is it? Like, how do you speak it to the mountain? And she said, God, like, forgave us for all of our sins. So you got to tell him that he's got to take this away. And I was not a believing Christian. I had a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I'm not a part of that company anymore, Jamie. I seriously had to do so much inner work, right? I had to release all this guilt and all this resentment. And so I did. I started praying, right? Well, if you're not religious and you're not Christian or you don't pray, we have to go inside and we have to start journaling and doing internal work. We are the only person that's with us our entire life. You know, our parents don't stay with us forever. Our grandparents don't stay with us forever. Our kids don't stay with us forever. Neither do our spouses. We have these seasons that come into our life. So we're the only ones that are here. Well, whatever we think is what determines our reality. If we think we're broke all the time. If we think that we're not good enough, we will create situations where we show ourselves that we're not good enough. So the very, very, very first thing that I did is I started to pray, but I wasn't praying out. I was praying in. I was like, okay, Amanda, we got this. We got to figure this out. What book should I read? Who should I talk to? Like, where do I need to go, right? And so I started digging for resources. I started looking for information. So if you struggle with self-doubt and you don't read books, find a different avenue, listen to an audio, get on TED Talks, you know, find a mentor, find a coach. Like if I didn't have a coach right now, I seriously wouldn't be able to handle things like I've been handling them, because she literally has been able to say, okay, this is happening for you, but let's look at it this way. She's like, you know this stuff, Amanda. I'm like, I know it, but it's happening in my own life. How do you figure out the crap that's happening when it's happening in your own story? Okay, so that's the first thing is find some sort of outlet to start speaking to, right? Pray. You can go to a counselor, you can see some sort of coach, you can find a mentor in a book, you can watch lives on Facebook, right? Like say you're going through the worst thing on the planet and you never even thought to think outside of yourself or go inside and talk to yourself. Like, why is this bothering me? What is this that has me so bent out of shape? Why am I so worried about what other people think? Like, why do I care if I'm not as good as that person, or I'm not as pretty as that person, I'm not as skinny, or I don't have as much money, or I don't have as much influence, or whatever it is, right? Okay, the second thing is getting a journal. And I cannot reiterate this enough. I wish I could show you guys my pile of journals. It literally stands probably 3 feet tall. It's huge, because when I started on this adventure, I got cervical cancer in 2012, and that's when I really started to dig into myself, right? I'd already started like The Secret and learning about the law of attraction and manifested my husband, and we had a baby, but my shitstorm hit me in 2012. Like, boom, right? My dad went missing. Like, I mean, it was before that, because it was when, you know, we lost Nick's dad. But I really started to go in when I really had to figure this out. I did not want to leave my kids on this planet without their mom. That was my main mission. Like, I will not leave this planet. I will not do it. I am not done yet. I have too much to do. I have too many things to accomplish before you take me. Like, no, this is not happening. So, journaling. Okay. And I'm not talking about the kind of journaling where you're like, okay, today I went to the grocery store and, you know, I saw my friend and that was amazing. And then I got in my car and then I got gas and then I came home and I cleaned my house and I vacuumed and then I did dishes and, you know, I'm not talking about that kind of journaling. I am talking about getting into your journal and digging in. I feel like crap. I feel like nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. I feel like I should go eat worms. I feel like everything about my life sucks. I feel like blah, 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 and vomit it out. Because what happens in our brain, it's like this really advanced computer system that has a programming glitch, if you will. We think the thoughts, but there's no real way to dump them out. There's no real way to organize them until we literally do like this brain dump. We do this purge. I talk about this in my spiritual group a lot, because journaling is so important. And get this, the resistance that will come against you when you say, I'm going to get a journal. Oh my gosh. Why would you journal? That's stupid. I journaled once and my boyfriend stole it, and then everybody heard about my crush on his best friend or whatever, right? So we have all these fears that come in. We have all these doubts that come in. If that is you, if you have trouble writing down things in a journal, write them down and then rip them up or burn them safely, because it's not about what you're writing to keep for a legacy. What it is, it's for you to get your thoughts out onto pieces of paper. It is for you to take the 5 minutes that it takes and literally purge what is going on in your brain, because we can't rationalize our thoughts. Our programming is glitched, right? Like, we think all these thoughts. I don't know if you guys are like me, but when I think a thought and it's something that I can't figure out, I will literally end up trying to save the world by the time I've thought, you know, I wonder why my neighbor didn't wave at me or something, right? Like, it's so crazy how our brains can have all these amazing, incredible thoughts, but the organization part of them is just not cool. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Sue, for sharing. So it's about dumping your brain, okay? So that's the first thing. Like, if you have doubt, if you have worry, if you have frustration, if you can't get a situation out of your head, the number one thing is to get it out on paper. Get it out, burn it safely, rip it up, flush it down your toilet if you've got a good septic system, you know, dissolve it, whatever you have to do. Like, just get it out on paper. And then that's when your brain actually kind of levels itself out. That's when you come to like this neutral ground. That's when you can start to see things in a different view. Well, maybe this is happening because, okay, why could this be happening? We have to start asking ourselves perception questions. Like, what purpose is this person serving me? Or what is this situation doing to help me grow, right? I couldn't stay where I was planted because it wasn't right for me. But I also couldn't stay in that same mindset in order to grow and advance and enhance and step into what I'm stepping into, right? It just didn't make sense. It wasn't the right vibration, mind you. So say and somebody give me a situation here, and let's work through this. I think I saw one. Okay, self-love and acceptance for myself, not feeling good enough. Okay, so Becca, when you have situations in your life and you think, I don't love myself enough, the first thing that I would recommend is writing down all of the reasons that you don't think you love yourself. Write them down and then look at them and ask yourself, is this true? Is this true that I'm not a beautiful soul? Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? And then go through and write the opposite of the thought. I'm fat. I'm actually not fat. My BMI says that I'm only 10 pounds overweight. Well, that's not considered obese or fat, so technically I'm not fat, right? So we have to kind of break these paradigms up, and we have to go through and kind of redo the programming. And the only way to do that is to do a brain dump and then go through them. Cross them out, rewrite them. Cross them out, rewrite them. Cross them out, rewrite them. And you might feel like this is the silliest thing on the planet. Like, why would I do this? This doesn't make any sense. How is writing something on a piece of paper going to help me? Or I'm too busy for writing in a journal. I don't have time for that. Okay, if you don't have time for that, that's fine. But you do have time to sit in this worry, sit in this doubt, sit in this frustration, sit in this thought, sit in this miserable place of being whatever, stuck or whatever you want to call it. You have to weigh your pain. You have to weigh what is more painful, staying where I am or doing something about it. And that's where it gets crazy. So then after you do this, after you get all your thoughts out, after you change it up and rewrite the opposite and ask yourself if this is true, it's time to get into a state of gratitude. Narcissism is one of the most incredibly difficult things to deal with. I actually read a book. I had someone that was narcissistic in my life for a while, and the only thing that you can do with a narcissist is avoid them as much as possible, or build up your defenses before you're around them. Let them be right. Let them be right. They don't control your life when they're not with you, right? And also finding gratitude in this situation. I am so glad I'm not like this person, because I can see that when this happens, this is a more appropriate way to handle things. Or being right all the time is not something that somebody normal actually believes, right? We're not right all the time. We make mistakes every day. I screw up all the time. I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody that I'm perfect, but I have tools and tips and tricks to help people shift their brain. Shift your brain. Shift the way you think about the situation. Everything that comes into our life, we attract it. Whether it's a lesson, whether it's a test, whether it's an experience, no matter what it is, we have a very, very, very powerful purpose here. And when we get in touch with that purpose, we can realize that everything that came into our life happens for a reason. I know why my dad is not here on this planet anymore. He sparked something in me. I miss him every single day, but he sparked something in me. I don't think the same as I did when he was alive. I just don't. Everything in my life started to shift when I left my last company. There's a saying, like, if you knew me 3 months ago, or if you knew me 6 months ago, you don't know the person. I promise, you don't know me anymore. Like, I am a completely different version, a better, I hope, a more loving, unconditional person than I was 6 months ago, a year ago. And that's what we're here for. Okay. And I'm sorry, I had hot sauce, so my nose is running. The last thing, after you journal, after you go inward, after you ask yourself stuff, it's nice to have things to say. It's nice to have things that kind of trigger your brain or help you get out of this situation. In my spiritual group, we call in angels, right? Like, we call in Jesus Christ, Archangel Michael, and we ask them to be with us now. If that doesn't resonate with you, Ho'oponopono is absolutely incredible. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. But you say it to yourself. Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. And you literally say it 10,000 times until the thought that was bugging you is no longer there, right? So this is just ways of kind of taking the neural pathway that is in your brain that's so used to triggering into worry or triggering into self-doubt that you're literally stopping it on its tracks, and it has to figure out a way to reroute. Just like when you're going down the road and there's a detour, all of a sudden you might see a part of your neighborhood you've never seen before. You had to do a reroute. That's exactly what happens in our brain. But we're so programmed and we're so used to having the same story and creating the same thought pattern. You know, sometimes if I'm not in my physical body, if my soul has decided to take a hiatus for a minute and I'm quote unquote numb, I'll be in the refrigerator and not even realize I was in there. And then I'm like, whoa. Or I'll be driving and all of a sudden I'll end up at the store and I'm like, I don't need anything from the store. I'll end up at my friend's house and I'm like, hey, haha, I'm here. Or I don't remember how I got somewhere, right? Like that's when you're not living in the moment. That's when your neural pathways are consistently going down the same path. It's time to help them take a detour. And affirmations are amazing at this. But here's the thing with affirmations. If you start saying affirmations, I am beautiful, and then you immediately think, no, I'm not, that affirmation is 100% null and void. Does not work that way. An affirmation has to be said in your mind and in your heart. It has to have feeling attached to it. So if you don't feel like you're beautiful, but you feel like you're a beautiful person, I'm a beautiful person. Oh, I can believe that. Your subconscious says, oh, I can believe that. I'm a beautiful person. I'm a beautiful person. I'm a beautiful person. Heck yeah, I'm a beautiful person. Woo woo, look at me, I'm beautiful. Whoa, we just changed the neural pathways in your brain to actually believe something you were saying. I used to say all the time, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. And every time I said it, I had no idea I was pushing my future finances further and further away, because every time I thought I was a millionaire, I said, I have no idea how I'm going to get there. I have no idea how I'm going to get there. I just spoke so fast, I just stuttered over my own words. This is when I get really excited, you guys. This is what goes on in my brain. So every time I said I'm a millionaire, my subconscious mind would say, I don't know how you're going to do it. I'm a millionaire. No, you're not. I'm a millionaire. No, you're not. And I was literally pushing my financial success further and further and further away from me. Now, I have goals, small, conceivable goals that I literally put out there. Hey, I'm so glad you guys are on. If you're loving this, drop me hearts, drop me an emoji, let me know you're here. I know I'm talking fast, but you guys asked for this. How do you let shit go? I'm teaching you how to let shit go. It is not easy. It is tiny little things that you do every single day. And there are going to be some shit that derails you completely. It will hit you so hard, it will hit you where you had no idea it was coming. That is when you know that you're growing. Because then you can crawl out of it, you can work yourself out of it, you can work your way up, but it takes time and it takes being in a group of people that support you, right? You don't want to go call your friend when you're having problems with a lady at work. Let's just say this. You have a problem with a lady at work and you call your friend and you're like, oh my gosh, I just need to vent. I have this problem with my friend at work, or this lady at work, and this la 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 la, and she says, oh my God, girl, that la 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 la, like, oh yeah, you should do this, and that's horrible that they treat you that way, and yeah, that sucks. And they get into it, right? They literally get into it with you. And then when you're done with the conversation, you might have a high for a minute, you might have some endorphins kicking in, but then you feel like crap. Those are not the kind of friends you want to talk to when you are going through a situation that you're trying to get out of. And I always, always, always think about crabs in a bucket. I'm not going to go talk to crabs that are in the same bucket as me, because as much as I love them, I want advice from somebody who's already gotten out of the bucket. I am going to go find somebody that has been through what I've been through, whether it's through a book, a mentor, a coach, a friend, a colleague, somebody on Facebook. I have followed people on Facebook that have left network marketing companies and have gone through similar to what I'm going through. Been the best thing I've ever done. Had an hour-long conversation with one of the guys that left his company 6 months before I left mine. 2 totally different companies, went to 2 totally different companies, and talking to him literally shifted my paradigm. It shifted how I felt about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I just talked to somebody who's a crab outside of the bucket. We do not want to be pulled back down. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, do you guys know what I'm talking about with crabs in a bucket? Drop me some crab emojis. Because if a crab tries to get out of a bucket, all the other crabs will literally go and try to climb and crawl and claw him back down into the bucket. It's awful. It's awful. So the last thing that I want to talk about, and I have no idea how long I've been live, but it's probably been a minute because I am on a rampage with this, because this is a really good topic and I hope it's helping you. I really do. I want you to have some tools, some sort of something you can grasp onto to get yourself out of the hole that you essentially have created with your thoughts, right? And I know that's a hard thing to grasp, but everything that I've been worried about and struggled about, I created it because I worried and thought and got frustrated about it. If it didn't bug me, it wouldn't have consumed me, right? Yeah, crabs. I love it. There is a crab emoji. That's so cool. Okay, the very, very, very last thing that you can do to help yourself get out that I want to talk about on this live. There's lots more, but on this live, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about becoming an observer. It is so hard. It is so hard to become an observer. Thank you, Cindy. Holy cow, I knew I'd been on for a minute. Okay, so when you become an observer in a situation, you literally take yourself and you get outside of the situation and you watch it like you're watching a movie. Like you're watching a movie play itself out. You're like, wow, how is this gonna end? Man, she should not have done that. Holy moly, she should have bit her tongue on that one. Oh my gosh, if that was me in that movie, there is no way I would have gone up those stairs, right? We can watch a movie and be an observer and see things from a different view. Now, doing this is extremely difficult, but it can be done by yourself. There's meditation. You can get into a quiet place. You can go into your dreams. You can do it by just sitting there and saying, okay, I'm going to look at my life. I'm going to look at all these situations. This happened because I asked for this. This happened because, yeah, I wanted to grow. Okay, so I wanted to grow. So that means I couldn't stay where I was. So I had to handle all of this stuff. Oh my gosh. No wonder this is happening. This is the coolest thing ever. Like, yeah, it sucks and yeah, it hurts. And yes, we cry over stuff, but we eventually get ourselves out of it when we become an observer. Oh. And then we see where we've screwed up. And then we see where we could have been better. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what you did at the time, as long as you did your best. Hi, Shay. As long as you did your best and you stayed in integrity and you made no assumptions, if you did your best, you can go on and move forward. And then when that situation comes back into your space, you will handle it like a boss. Hi, Janelle. I usually end up bawling during meditations, opening my heart up. There's probably some heart walls that are kind of trying to keep you, right? Like I have a girl, every time she goes into meditation, she falls asleep. Boom, out cold. Not tired, not exhausted. It's the shield, right? It's the protective mechanisms of our ego that keep us safe. No, don't feel that. It's going to hurt really bad. No, don't say goodbye to that friend. No, don't leave your husband. Like, this is going to suck. This is going to hurt. Don't do this. He's been abusive to you for 10 years, but don't leave him, right? Like, this is so much better. Oh my gosh, I just got a message that is literally going to make me cry. Whew. Okay, clear that for a second. I just got a really, really cool message. So become an observer, write in your journal, get inside, pray, like listen to your heart. You're the God of your heart. If you're Christian and you believe in praying to God, pray, ask him for help. Ask him to show you a different way. Speak it to the mountain. Take this worry away from me now. Like pray it, speak it to the mountain. Journal about it, release it, safely burn the stuff that you're ready to get rid of. Write down all the stuff, write down all of it. Get rid of it and then create or intend or change the things that you wrote down. Get into a state of gratitude. 1,000 things of gratitude. If you are in the worst place of your life, like you're done, you're in the worst place, and I hope this helps somebody, but all you have to do is start counting things you're grateful for. If you can make it to 1,000, you will see a different light. I promise you, no matter what kind of situation you are in, no matter how bad it is, no matter how hard it is, I promise if you can get to 1,000, I'm grateful for my toes. I'm grateful for my carpet. I'm grateful for my house, my stairs, my light, my phone. I'm grateful for my car, blah, 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 blah. And you just start naming the things that you're grateful for. They will overpower all of the rest of the stuff. They will just wipe it out. It's like this magic eraser of love and life and excitement and joy. You might not believe it when you first start, but I promise when you get to 1,000, it changes you. Go for a drive. Go for a drive and literally do not have your music on. Do not have anybody in the car with you, and just start driving and thinking of all the things you're grateful for. I'm grateful for that tree. I'm grateful for that stop sign. I'm grateful for this road. I'm grateful for these tires. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And it will change your whole life. Okay, and then become an observer. If you can get out of that, and if you can step away from your situation, and if you can just observe it like you are observing a really cool movie, because you're the movie star, then you will start to see a different perception. All right, you guys, this is my live. I cannot believe we're already on day 8. I'm excited for what's coming. I'm excited for everybody that has said yes to themselves. Thank you if you have joined my team as a customer. Thank you for my clients. Thank you for being here on Facebook. Thank you for following me, showing me hearts and loves. Thank you guys so much. It's really awesome to step outside of your comfort zone and have people show you that it's actually cool. So I love you guys, and I hope you have an incredible rest of your Wednesday, because tomorrow's Thursday. What? Okay, bye guys.